Hello and welcome to the Dinosaw for week 44, another 7 curious, interesting things I saw last week. So as ever, let's crack on. First one is Decart and their Oasis platform or model, and this is me playing Minecraft, although it isn't actually Minecraft. It's me playing a generative video of what it thinks the next frame should be each time. So I am literally walking along and it is generating the next frame based on what inputs are, my controls, that sort of thing. So it looks like I'm playing Minecraft, but I'm not. And I left this bit in as well because I went into a tree and then it thinks, well, what's the next frame after this frame? And it just started creating this green matrix stuff. And then I fall out and then it actually starts again, which is really interesting. So this will be the future of interactive experiences and games where it's not actually playing the game itself, it's playing a model that it's been trained on the game. You can actually now play this yourself. This, up until maybe a week or maybe even a month ago, was the stuff of science and the stuff of research papers. You can now go to oasis.decart.ai and play it yourself. So that's exactly what this video is that you're seeing in front of you. So have a go. This is Works by Design and a really interesting 3D physical thing. So I don't know a lot about chess, but apparently if you then move a pawn to the other side of the board, it turns into a queen. That's pretty much as much I know about chess. This is what's going on here. So it is a physical piece that transforms from a pawn into a queen. Really interesting video about all the engineering that needs to go into it, the 3D printing, the magnets, the mechanisms, the trials, tribulations and highs and lows and all that sort of thing. So if you're into building your own things, then it's definitely worth a look. Really fascinating. Enjoyed that. It's half an hour or something like that, but it's time well spent if you're somebody like me. Runway have now got camera models. This is a new upgrade to their text to video generation model. And as you can see, you can control the camera, the clues in the name. So you start with an image and then it will animate it for you. It will do the video, but previously you kind of had to put it into a prompt and it sort of did it, sort of didn't. Maybe you got what you wanted, maybe you didn't. And now you can actually specify the camera moves you want. So you can go from a standard view to a down low to a zoom, a dolly, or whatever you want to do, a tracking shot. And that's what it'll do. Now, having seen a few other people use it, I've had a look at a few other videos. It's not quite as good as this most of the time, so these are definitely cherry picked. But there you go. Have a go yourself. If you are a paid subscriber, camera controls are available. Now, I put this in there just because I didn't know this existed, just because the phrase is pretty cool. But depending on where you are in the world, this is either super creepy, super illegal, really interesting, but it's probably as creepy, let's face it. So this is Corsight, and they do face recognition in-store systems, and they can now do what's called sweetheart detection. Now, I didn't know this. Sweethearting is when a store clerk or operative or somebody behind the cashier will give something to a mate or do something based on, being friendly. So if you are a store owner and you notice stuff go missing, it might be because you are being sweethearted. So what the system does, it's been trained on normal transactions and then detects people doing stuff that is overly friendly and then alerts the shop owner to then say, you might want to have a look at those transactions. They may have been giving stuff away. So I don't know what to make of this. Again, it's on the, that's creepy, it's dystopian. Oh, that's really interesting. Not really sure, but well, I do know where it is. Super creepy. However, interesting. This is Boston Dynamics and an update on their Atlas robot. We saw this a couple of months ago when they did the transition from old robot to new robot, and we saw no more. There was a blackout on it. We saw a video at the beginning of the week of it doing press-ups, which was weird. Lots of robots seem to be doing press-ups at the moment, but this is the new video and it's really interesting. So it is a fully autonomous robot. It is doing, like, watch this, it does a mistake, it figures it out and it goes, oh, I'll try that again and I'll get it in that slot. So it is moving car parts from one bin to another, and it is doing it all on its own, using its computer vision and its intelligence essentially to then figure out how does it get from there to there, pick up the thing, put it in where it needs to go to. All it's got is slot A needs to go into slot 7, whatever it needs. So there you go, kind of interesting. And now obviously manual jobs, low skill manual jobs are now being done by very expensive robots. What I also like, by the way, there's a hockey stick just leant up against that bin there if you watch the video again. So I don't know what that's for. It's whether if it gets out of control, the scientists can grab the hockey stick and, and stop it. There you go. This is a good sciencey thing, spy stuff. Always love some spy stuff. This is a mmWave-Whisper. And this is a demo of using a millimeter wave like radar essentially, using chirps. Chirps send out kind of pulses, and they're multi-frequency pulses, and they're good for mapping the environment in a very low-cost way. They're kind of cool. They're great for mapping, bodies and things coming towards you and whatever. But it turns out you can actually detect really minute differences in those things as well. For instance, if you can point it at a mobile phone, you can actually detect the distance, the change in the frequency of the mobile handset vibrating. It's that accurate. So, of course, there's a lot of noise in that. So what they then do is they run it through OpenAI's Whisper module, which is like a text translation module, and they can then recover actual audio from it. So they're next going to plan, it works, I think, kind of like a meter or so away, but they're going to plan it to run it up to 8 meters away, and then release some more results. So imagine 8 meters, which is quite a long way away. Somebody can be having a conversation on their phone. You point this thing at it, which is a cheap device, and you can recover or eavesdrop on their telephone calls. That's kind of interesting. What do we do with that? Don't know. This is Bacon as Rain, and finally, by the way, Bacon is Rain. Obviously, if you are a non-meat eater, then look away now. However, it turns out that quite a lot of sound effects, and if you're a Foley artist, then you do kind of sound effects, like lumps of wood and clip-clops and hooves and all that sort of stuff for movies. And turns out that sometimes, not always, sizzling bacon is used for rain. So you might be watching a movie and in the background is rain, and it's actually the sound effect of sizzling bacon. Who knew? However, Carbon Neutral Greenfield Meat Co. have done a really cool project where they've now made lots of sizzling bacon sounds. They've put them on SoundCloud. You can download them for free. Every time you download, it will donate to planting a tree. So carbon neutral, all that good stuff. Apparently, there's also an out-of-home, a billboard campaign that when it does actually detect rain through an API, a weather API, it then just turns the billboard into sizzling bacon shots. So you can probably see the bacon, hear the rain, or see the rain, hear the bacon, whatever it is, and they all sync up. So I love that. I'm going to search out for that one. If I find it, I'll show you. So very good. Bacon is rain. Who'd have thought? If that was interesting, great. Show it to somebody else. Maybe give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, then do that, because that is awesome. See you next week.